guys haven't tried the strawberry glaze, I highly recommend it. If you want to try it.
Okay.
Oh, the raspberry lychee. I wonder if that's sweet. Summer sprinkle. Look at the summer sprinkle.
Charlie, apple pie.
Charlie apple pie. Okay, so this is a seasonal one. Strawberry cheesecake, cream cheese glaze, strawberry jam. Oh my gosh, and pie crumble. But I think the king right there is the bumbleberry glazed.
Yeah.
Blackberry,
Strawberry,
raspberry.
though.
Yeah, and that's a Harry's berry glaze. And if you've had Harry's berry strawberries, you know what we're talking about. So good.
The best.
Pistachio glaze, the Meyer lemon. Manaphy?
Yeah, that's right. It's a good banana one. They have a Monte
Do
Cristo.
the Disney people know about this?
They do now.
They do now.
All right, we are at Oliboli Donuts in Tustin, California. It's Donut Thursday. Welcome back.
Yay, Donut Thursday, and we are really coming in swinging. We're coming hard. This has been time and time again voted best donuts in Orange County.
Yeah, do not mistake.
No.
Sorry, I had to.
Oh, no.
Anyways, it's a real special type of donut. They're warm when you get them, kind of like when
they're made to order.
made
Whereas,
to order. That's the
you know, most donut shops, they're not like that. It's kind of they're made, you pick them out, which is great. They're wonderful. However, these are, you know, the fantastic yeast. I think it's like a 40-hour rise. I think it's something like that. Here's a picture of the sign.
It's almost like a handcrafted cocktail.
Yeah.
In terms of that, because it's like you order it and then they make them in the back and then you get them.
Yeah, and it's quick too. It's not like you know, they kind of just basically dip it, they fry it, dip it, and that's it. We discovered this place because we lived in Irvine, and we've been coming here. Even now where we live now, we drive over here and it's worth every second. The box is warm. I know you can't feel it or smell
And
it.
it's heavy.
Yeah, I know you can't feel it, smell it, nothing like that through the screen, but you need to just take our word for it. All right, are you ready for the reveal?
Yes.
Now we just got our original favorites, but here they are. Oh, you may be going like, what is that? What is that amazing smell? I can smell it through my screen. Well, we've made that happen for you. Here you go. Let me just give you a little, you know, picture that scent when you, or that feeling when you, if you've ever gotten a fresh one at Krispy Kreme, and then make it taste a million times better.
Yeah.
No shade to Krispy Kreme, but I just want you to see just how fluffy. This one's one of my favorites. It's the bumbleberry. This was freshly glazed, and it's a mix of a bunch of berries. I love this because it's kind of tart, but it's also, because it's a glaze, it's a little bit sweet. And oh my goodness, in the interest of science, just so you can see that dough. And again, warm, made to order. I think I need to take a bite. So if you've ever had boysenberry syrup, I feel like that's kind of what this flavor tastes like. But even better. All right, Spence is going while they're still warm.
Yeah, the only way to describe these, honestly, is like the only comparison really is Krispy Kreme, and that's not comparable really, but that's the only thing close.
Yeah, that's the only thing that is close with like the warmth. You know what I mean? Look at that dough, by the way. You can actually see the like vanilla beans in there, if that makes any sense. Now, we always say to get 2 of the original because you'll inhale the first one, you almost won't even know it happened. The second one, I feel like you can sit and appreciate and enjoy a lot more. So I'm trying to capture the glaze, and you can see the vanilla bean flecks in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that way you can kind of see it. And then we're going to pan over. There's the bumbleberry. I always want to say boysenberry, but you can kind of see the chunks of like the real berry and the seeds and all that goodness. I mean, it's great. I love that we dripped some of the bumbleberry onto this one, so I'm going to get a little double feature with that donut. I've already claimed it. Are you ready for your second one?
I gotta have some coffee.
Yeah.
In between.
Because it's sweet, but it's good.
First I need water.
Yeah, water, then coffee.
Now the good thing too is that glaze is not as, how do I say, like frighteningly sweet as Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme is like, it's almost so sweet that it makes your teeth hurt.
It does. It kind of takes away from the donut, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not as like complex flavor.
Yeah, and again, I go back to the craft cocktail. You get a standard margarita from somewhere, and it's all sweet, and you know, it tastes like too sweet. It's not good. It's not flavor balanced. But then if you go to somewhere where they craft cocktails, and you get a margarita that's balanced and crafted, it's like that's the same thing as this donut. It's balanced,
Yeah.
you know, and crafted perfectly, where it's not overglazed.
Yeah.
That's my point, I guess. But
now
yeah,
again, we didn't have one like the strawberry cheesecake, so I don't know. That's probably a little bit more on the sweeter side. But then again, they seem to kind of balance flavors more here, where you know.
Now that one, I do want to try, but it's more like. I would almost want that for like a dessert. Man.
Me
That's
too.
Like
I go back to our classics, and I just love them so much.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, you know, how do you try something different when you're just like loving what you have?
To be honest, I mean, that's when they have donut contests for shops and stuff. They usually compare a raised glazed is usually that's what is being contested.
Would you say this raises the bar?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, and if they had a bar, it would be amazing. But I'm not holding it against them.
Yeah.
I would call this a high-end donut for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more expensive than your average donut, a lot more actually, but they're making it fresh.
Yeah, not only that,
it's
but
specialty.
It's the yeast. There's a presence, a power, a concoction that it is. It's more than just your average donut, which
it's
we
a
even like.
multitude of
Yeah.
reasons why it's so amazing.
Yeah, listen, I like an average donut, but I love an Oliboli donut.
Oh yeah,
that's the difference.
You know, they also have some merch. They have some cool T-shirts over there.
Oh, rad.
They had hats, but they were out of them because I saw a thing for hats, and I was like, oh, they're
Dude,
probably really cool.
I want an Oliboli hat.
The T-shirts were cool too because the silkscreen was the graphic was very, like raised.
Did you get a video of it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. So they're seeing it right now, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm gonna have to go back in.
Clever that I'm such a nerd. I felt the silkscreen of like, oh, what kind of finish is this on the silkscreen? And it was like a puffy finish, like a raised ink.
Oh, that's brilliant. Raised.
So
genius.
That's the kind of thing we're talking about. Like they're not just, you know, making merch and going, here you go, here's a merch with a logo. No, it's like they even thought about the ink.
Are you going for your second donut? Or are you giving it a break?
I just need like a little bit of a break because I had some coffee.
How would you rate their coffee?
Coffee's really good because I just like the standard, you know, brew with cream, and it's rich. It's not too rich. It's a good brew. It's a good brew. It'll do.
It's a good brew. It'll do. Meanwhile, I'm still finishing.
The Bumbler.
The Bumbler. I did originally. I had only gotten one. And I realized with the Bumbleberry, you got to get two because again, kind of like the glazed, you have one, it goes down so fast, you're like, whoa. Now this is the one word of caution I want to give all of you. These are, because they are, you know, glazed and they're like fresh and like, you know, they're kind of like wet, if you will. It's like, it's very messy. So a word of caution, you know, bring your wet wipes. Look, I got Bumbleberry all over me, but it's okay. I kind of think when you're having a gourmet donut like this, you're just down for the mess. Like the fact that we are courageous enough to film this for you, knowing that we're going to be just a total disaster, that just shows how much we believe in the Oliboli donut. So you have to excuse me, I'm still probably pretty messy because it's a messy endeavor, like I said. But you know what's good about the glaze is it actually has kind of like a buttery taste to it, whereas I think like Spence was saying, like sometimes when you get a glaze, it literally is the glaze of like sugar.
It's pure sugar.
Pure sugar, which isn't a bad thing if that's what you want sometimes. But this still packs the sweet punch, but also giving you a little bit of that like savory, buttery, nutty flavor. Then you have a layer of the vanilla. I know this sounds a little technical, but again, when you can't give someone a taste of something on YouTube or Instagram or whatever social media, I feel like being super descriptive like that really kind of shows you just how, like what to expect in that depth of flavor.
All right, I had to do it. I'll probably just do half of this thing. Okay, we're back home, and one eventful thing happened on the way home that we didn't film it because it was kind of annoying. Anyways, we were getting off the freeway and we ran over something,
I think it was a piece of metal.
Piece of metal.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it felt like too. It felt like
Yeah.
something like, oh, and even Katie said like, I hope that didn't mess with our tire because
we kind of just had it like replaced a few months ago because we
yeah.
have to keep up, you know.
So anyways, as we're driving home and we're off the freeway now, we're cruising, and all of a sudden Katie gets an alert on the car that says,
yeah, it was like you're losing air in your back right tire, and we're like, oh
right,
my
extreme
gosh.
tire pressure loss, like, and sure enough, pulled over, and it was like,
Yep, yep.
so something had punctured. You know,
I thought it was maybe a nail or something, but the guy who just called us and, you know, we have to replace it, he said that it was a piece of metal.
yeah.
So we ran over
It's
a
like
piece
a tear.
of metal.
Yeah. So metal, not the good kind. Not this kind of metal, unfortunately. Anyways, that's being taken care of. What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, at least we got a quick. They gave us a ride home.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
It wasn't too inconvenient.
No, it wasn't bad.
It will be in the pocketbook, but hey, what else?
That's life.
What else is new these days? So we're back home. Home update.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in a while.
It's been a
We're
minute.
in the backyard where we normally are when we do these. Hello.
Yeah, I feel like we just prefer doing that.
Barbecue since.
We've
right?
been, yeah, and we've been using the barbecue like
Yeah.
crazy. We did for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love
A
that
lot of things.
barbecue.
Spa, of course, still doing its thing.
Which we have to empty out. I think today is the day we're going to empty it out.
Doing a water change. Then Katie's really proud of these.
Yes.
These are her hanging plants that she has here.
I have
You can
3 of
see.
them.
Yeah. Wildflowers in the middle.
Yeah, so really cool. I found these like little packs of these flowers. Cheryl, you'll know what they are. They're just the little flowers. Anyway, I found them and they were in the tiniest little, they were so bad looking. So I threw them in with some soil and they've tripled in size, like
Yeah.
tripled. They were you could barely see them when I planted them. And then I had packs of wildflower seeds. So I mixed them up in the bowl. And I'm not able, I think maybe you can grab it down.
Well, here you can look.
Oh, okay, I can't see, so I'm trusting the site. I just threw them in there and they're sprouting.
Yeah, they're doing good.
Obviously it'll probably end
This
up
one's
being,
doing the best.
it is? Okay, I can't see, so I can see like a little bit from my
Yeah.
vantage point. You want to see from my vantage point what I see? I see this.
Yeah.
So, not great. But yeah, the point is though, they're sprouting, they're doing great. I might eventually have to move them into a bigger, you know, home.
I think these lights are new since.
Yes, these are our new Costco lights, and we did them all around.
They're really bright too.
They're way brighter. So you may have seen on my Instagram when we've kind of been out here.
You may know these lights from such backyard movies as
Oh, backyard vlogs.
Backyard Vlogs as
Yeah,
New
I don't-
Spa. Lighting the patio, first time. Part 2.
Yeah, we've had a few.
That's my Troy McClure.
Yeah, Troy McClure. So over here we just have our fountain and some succulents. That's kind of the same over there, nothing too
It's a
big.
little more organized. You're starting to find places for things.
I think a bigger update though is these amazing Tommy Bahama lights that we got from our dear friend Pixar Charlie. So I have them here, here, here,
They
and
cast the coolest shadows at night.
they are truly the most beautiful things. So thank you to our good friend Pixar Charlie. He's the Tommy Bahama king, so it made sense that he got us those, you know. Really, really great. This plant is from our good friend Cheryl. The snapdragons are kind of right now. We're trying to find a right place for them. We have to prune and trim and deal with a lot of these over here, which we haven't done. We'll explain that reason why. We've got some lantanas here. This is going to be the fairy garden. We haven't even had a chance to even start working on that because we've kind of been rehabilitating these lantanas. They're finally doing better and they're happy. This one we just kind of put over here about 2 days ago, so we still have to like prune it and do some work here. Then we're going to shave that down. That's on the list. But moving on, we press on. Since you last saw on our vlogs at home, we had a bunch of bushes here. They were like those smelly garlic ones.
Like the ones at Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, they were not great.
And then there was another weird one that was just kind of seeing its better days. And
yeah,
it just kind of, you know, a lot of bugs. It attracted a lot of spiders and stuff. So
it wasn't good.
we got rid of it. We were planning on doing a raised bed here.
Yes,
but
this
for
will.
now, it's where we keep all the potted stuff and the vegetables.
Yeah.
You know.
We also have to, we have to do some window work, as you can see. So that's definitely on the list. We even have a random screen there. But yeah, so that in one of our spare bedrooms is going to be happening.
Tomato update.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to let Spence kind of walk you through this because he's a little bit better at it.
Well, what I can tell you is these are our little cherry tomatoes, and they're doing really great. I mean,
yeah.
Look at these clusters.
And we've already picked them and eaten them.
Oh, yeah,
how many
bunch.
times? Like, we could probably pick this guy today. But look at how many.
We've picked about 10 off here probably already.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some here, there's some down here. I mean, they're not like the most perfect. Like, this is our
They're
first
really
time.
sweet though.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
They're vibrant, that I can tell you.
But I'd say like overall in our little garden, like this is kind of a first time for us. We're not like perfect at this, but
Yeah,
I think
I mean,
we're doing good.
Grown a little things before, but yeah,
Yeah.
out here it's our first time doing it back here.
And then that just has some basil and flowers around it for pests.
These are like full-size tomatoes, and they're getting big quick.
Yeah, they're huge. These are our first like monster. This one's the biggest.
And then this is the German Queen. I put this cage in for both of them.
Yeah, this one I think we're gonna add a little bit more soil to the planter. If anybody's really good at this, let us know. But I think we need more.
We might.
soil.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we did this thing where we're trying to attract the bugs to the other plants, and then the squash, and then we've got the
squash is
yellow.
doing great.
These are yellow cherry tomatoes, and a little
That's a yellow bell pepper,
yellow bell.
which is finally turning yellow. I just now realized
Oh, that is, huh?
It's finally getting yellow.
Oh, amazing. That thing's so cool.
It is so cool. But by the way, for the squash, the crookneck squash,
Oh, we're starting to get
lots of blooms, lots here. And then these are the flowers
some. Have
here.
to pollinate them when they become a little better.
Yeah.
All right, here's our roses, the backyard rose garden. Disneyland Rose is about to do a new set of blooms. I'd say a couple of weeks away. Oh, there we go. Here we go. So yeah, these are looking good. It is really buggy over here. It's this bush right here is so buggy. So I don't know. We're dealing with it.
We're not pros in this. We're just kind of,
Just dabbling.
we're dabbling. We're experiencing. Some things are doing great. Some things are doing a little,
Yeah.
Some just are thriving, you never know. Like these flowers are thriving. I'm obsessed. I love these flowers so much.
All right, we came over and sat down because we wanted to tell you a little story. It's story time, Katie.
Oh boy, I'm like, which story?
Oh man.
We have a few.
Which one do we start with? The fridge.
Yeah, we should tell you about Fridge. So
Fridge Gate 24.
Yeah, so as you know, Disneyland's birthday was yesterday on the day that we're filming this.
Yeah.
Thursday. And we weren't there. I don't know if we were gonna go anyways. We didn't even have a reservation. But
I think if we didn't have stuff to do, we probably would have gone for a couple hours or something like that.
yeah,
But
I wasn't trying
you know.
to like see the cavalcade and all that because it's the same thing every year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really. They
But
don't do
regardless,
much.
it doesn't matter honestly how you felt about yesterday's birthday because we were dealing with a broken fridge.
Yeah, so long story short, when we moved in, it had most of the appliances here. When we moved in though, the fridge had something wrong with it, so we didn't have a fridge for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Had to get it fixed. They got it fixed.
Lived out of a
it's
cooler, fast food. It was like, oh man.
It's under warranty, or not warranty. It's got insurance.
Yeah.
So we have it's under our homeowner insurance, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, it kind of has been on the fritz again.
Yeah, like
And,
I thought it was the thermostat because it would, start to
Yeah.
dip. The temperature would change. We noticed it, and the ice wasn't really. The ice has like a frozen, kind of frosted layer on it. It looked the ice looked a little wet, like glossy or whatever.
Yeah. So the freezer was just not freezing as well. So they came out and they determined, like, listen, at this point, it's better to just replace it.
Yeah.
So thankfully we got reimbursed for some of it, and but anyways, yeah, we had to go and get a new refrigerator, so we did that. It's getting delivered today, actually, within a couple hours here.
Oh, he's here. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I have to still get a couple things out of there, so I'm like, oh boy, time is going fast. So it's funny, we had the tire thing happen today. The day before, the day whatever, it was the fridge.
Yeah.
Well, we actually were shopping for a new one yesterday, and then the fridge kind of was on the fritz, and you had.
But then we got back, and you did some laundry.
Yeah, I was doing some laundry, and somehow, and we don't know how, but we have an outdoor sink that drains from our washing machine.
It's yeah, you know those kind where it's
the utility sink. They've probably seen it
yeah.
in our vlog.
Utility sink. And anyways, yeah. So it
got plugged up.
You know how like we have a thing to scrub the car. It's that mitt that has all the little fuzzies on it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so we always, you know, if we're washing the car, rig it out there and like hang it over the faucet to let it
to dry
it. Well, somehow it must have fallen in.
And I didn't see it at all.
And it blocked the drain, and consequently, I think it didn't block it at first, but I think the suction started to pull it in.
When it was draining.
And so I was in my office, and Katie comes in and goes, "Oh," and it was it was so funny because I know she was trying to not freak out.
Yeah.
Even though it was like,
it was.
I would have given you fair permission to freak out because she's like, "Oh, so I don't know what we were planning on. Like, we had taken care of the fridge thing already, so we were like, all right, we have the rest of the day." And
we were kind of like, good.
And you were like, well, I guess the rest of the day is taken care of because the garage just flooded. And she walked away, and I went, what does that
You're
mean?
like, what? Well, and then I ran
and sometimes she exaggerates.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay.
Maybe a little bit of water.
A little bit of water. No.
But I had run to go get some shorts on because I had pajama pants on. And I walked in there, and it was like...
It was
soaked.
It was flooded. And that sink, you know, it's a big sink. It's a deep...
Yeah.
That sink is like that deep. It was full, so I like reached in there, and sure enough, there was an obstruction in the form of that thing.
And we don't know, it doesn't matter who did it, like somehow it got knocked over.
It just got knocked in there.
My theory is though, because we did have the repair guy coming in and out for the fridge.
The repair guy?
No, I was saying, so I was moving stuff around because I knew we were going to put the old fridge into, at that point I was like, well, we're going to get a new one, and so I was moving stuff around because the repair guy was coming, and I wanted to say like, hey, is this a good spot for...
So it might have gotten knocked in.
So I kind of think when I was moving stuff,
I just don't think, had we known that was a potential, I don't think we would have had anything near this. You know what I'm saying?
I guess you just don't think of it until it happens, but it was like the dumbest thing, and it is what it is. But on the plus side, so there has to be some positives to everything that happens.
Yeah.
We totally got to like rearrange our garage, which we've been wanting to do. We just hadn't got around to it, so it kind of forced us.
There's been some excess, you know, some boxes from the move that, you know, you can put that off. You can put it in the garage and forget about it kind of thing. And we've lately been talking about, you know, we should finally start to organize this so that we can, you know, just get the garage more organized and things like that. So it kind of, the universe kind of forced it.
It made it happen.
So
the second positive.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I hiccuped.
And hardly any of the boxes were cardboard. There's a few.
Yeah, there wasn't too many.
Got mangled.
Second positive though is that the garage smells amazing. Not that it smelled bad before, but it improved the smell because it now...
It's soapy water.
Yeah, it was like we cleaned even more, so it kind of like, in a way...
It's kind of gross, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, we like kind of scrubbed the floor, like it was pretty nice, and you know, we got better room for, you know, our car, and yeah, so it's really quite nice though how it ended up working out. You have a better workspace?
Yeah, but we've had a series of things happen that forced a direction change of your day. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh no, whatever you were doing, you know, now this is what's happening no matter what. So it's been interesting because they've all fallen into that same category of like, you can't really get mad. I mean, you can, but it's like it's out of your control type things. So
yeah, and like on the another positive is like nothing is broken. No. We didn't damage any of our, like, none of our, like, belongings got damaged. We got a little bit of a workout yesterday by the way of home improvement. We're getting a new fridge, and by the way, for the new fridge that we got...
New fridge alert.
This one that came with the house was counter length, so if you're familiar with fridges, it's not as deep. And it was a really good KitchenAid fridge. I think it was only, like, 10 years old, they said. But I can't store as much in it as I like. I would rather have a standard depth fridge that kind of comes farther into the kitchen because it's not really obstructing anything. It's not obstructing a walkway. I don't care how it looks. I wanted more of a standard depth
Well, we have the
fridge.
space for it, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's not really
it
blocking.
totally doesn't bother me like at all. Like it's not impeding my cooking. It's not impeding the walkway. So I was able to pick out a fridge that has a standard depth, so I can store more stuff in there. You know, I cook and love to store food and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Shocking. Which it's been so horrible not being able to like make any food or go to the grocery store. I love going to the grocery store. Costco to me is like Disneyland.
The thing that's difficult too is that we normally will have, Katie will make a batch of tuna, she'll make a batch of
Pasta salad.
pasta. So there'll always be stuff in there to where like, maybe you're hungry for, but you're not wanting a whole meal, and I can go in there and like make a half a sandwich, or you know, just grab a few bites of something and then go back to work.
I kind of keep it stocked like a deli.
Right,
you
exactly.
know?
That's a good way to put it.
That's what it is. There's always potato salad. There's always something.
So the inconvenience of like every time you want something, you have to like, it has to be like go out and get it and
it's so annoying
make it
for
there.
us.
But now we do have our little mini fridge that we take with us to hotels sometimes, but that's for like
we kept
half and half.
Yeah, we have creamer
cheese,
in there.
cream cheese.
The cheese that I saved, but I did have to like everything that was in the freezer had to get thrown out.
Yeah.
A few things in the fridge. Luckily, like we drove over to my parents' house, put some stuff in there, and then coincidentally, as fate would have it, when our fridge broke that day, my mom and my stepdad were getting a new fridge. Coincidentally, so we couldn't really store as much for as long as we. It was like
there was a finite time limit on our store, so everything about it was like, you got to hurry up and get the stuff out of here before it spoils.
Yeah.
Get it to your mom's house, and then we got to hurry up and get it out of there before her fridge gets there.
Yeah.
So then we ran to Malibu.
Yeah.
Took everything there, hung out there because we have a fridge there. So we were like, oh, okay, let's go there. Plus, we wanted to go anyways.
Which was kind of cool because there was a lot of stuff that I just left there because we know we're going back in a couple weeks or something.
Take the remaining whatever, race back here, and salvage what we could. I think all we could was what we put in the little mini fridge,
which wasn't much.
So it's just been kind of wild.
It's been wild, but again, there's a lot. As much as it's been crazy, there's a lot to be thankful for because we needed to upgrade the fridge anyway.
Yeah. I
needed more storage space. Now we'll likely, because I think you have an option of like cashing out or keeping and repairing the old, I don't remember, but either way, even if we don't take this fridge, we're going to take my mom's old one. We're going to get a garage-erator. Like that's a bright silver lining. I love a garage-erator.
A fridge in the garage, if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you don't speak Katie.
Right, and those are great because my grandma had one of those.
Yeah,
and it
cold
always,
drinks.
Yeah, that's always where the cold drinks were.
Yeah,
so like, always could find something in there, and that like even if it was a tab, you were cool with
so
it. People know what I'm talking about.
The thing, if the sink didn't overflow, we needed to make space for the new garage-erator anyway.
Yeah, true.
So it all was a weird cosmic thing, and I think we were getting pretty close to having to replace our tires anyway.
True.
I'm pretty sure like we were kind of coming up on that because our service is due soon too. So the stuff was a little annoying how it happened and the inconveniences that came along with it, but there are some like bright spots to it. You know?
You can always find them if you look. So yeah, it's been a fun one.
It's not been fun on the wallet though, I won't lie.
No.
That's the part that's not been the most fun. Having to like throw away all those groceries, but again, my silver lining is I get to go to Costco and restock.
Oh boy.
And we're gonna probably take y'all with us.
Oh, we will.
Who doesn't love a Costco trip? Let's go tomorrow?
It sounds like that. If you guys cool with that?
Are you down for Costco tomorrow?
Okay,
if you made it this far, are you down for Costco tomorrow?
Yeah, I see a lot of just, cool, they're down.
That was your home update. While a little crazy, still good.
Hey, Donut Thursday was there.
Donut Thursday happened.
That's all that matters. Everything else,
Yeah, and we still have so much work to do on the interior of the house, but you'll kind of see some of that sooner than later. Maybe like a couple more weeks, a few more weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
That's if things happen on. We don't have any more diversions. You never know.
You never know. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.